There we go. I can see you now.
Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Games I Speak. I'm Gio.
I'm John, back for round two. What's up?
And today we have a lot to talk about. Mainly, we're going to be focusing on the Nintendo Direct 35th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. So let's jump right in. All right, so let's. I know last time we did this, I would like recap everything and then we would talk about it at the end. But we'll take it through point by point. Um, so first up, the Super Mario 3D All Stars. So basically, it's an optimized version of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy. So what does optimized mean? It means that it's made to run on the Switch and it has higher resolutions, but it's not a remaster by any means. So no, some people said that there might be some new textures, but I don't think it's going to be much. Um, There's a in-game music player mode. You can play music from all three games, and you can even play it in like an idle mode. So even if your Switch is off, you can listen to the music. And it's going to have a limited production from September 18th through March 31st. So yeah, I mean, what did you think about it?
Well, I had a lot of thoughts on it. Obviously, this is the news that people have been waiting for a long time. It's been rumored to be in the making for months now, and then
Hmm.
to finally get it, just a complete shadow drop was. It's kind of on par for what Nintendo does nowadays, especially in 2020 with the pandemic situation. But even then, it was a nice surprise to wake up and see that news. A lot of things. I so a couple positive things. The fact that we have this in the compilation is really cool. Super Mario
Hmm.
Sunshine I never got to play. Super Mario 64 I grew up playing and I loved it. And of course, Super Mario Galaxy I think is one of the best 3D Mario games ever. So that's a nice surprise. I do have a little issue with the fact that it does seem to be like a copy and paste job. Like you said, it's
Hmm.
just basically ports, not remasters. I think Super Mario 64, out of the entire Mario 3D canon, deserves a full on remake from the ground up using probably the engine for Super Mario Odyssey. I think that would have been mind blowing. But it looks more like just a straight port with 64
Hmm.
with some upres graphics. I think it's running at 720p, both docked and in handheld, whereas the Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy are running at a 1080p resolution, which is nice.
Okay.
And I would like to
Um,
see Super Mario Galaxy 2. I think, in my opinion, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a slightly better game than Super Mario Galaxy. Um, with the addition of Luigi and sort of furthering the mechanics they added in the Galaxy original Galaxy game. That would have been
mhm.
nice to see in there, as well as the 3D Mario Land, Super Mario 3D Land, which was a precursor to Super Mario 3D World on the 3DS. My guess is that they may be saving that for Super Mario 3D All Stars 2, possibly
Okay.
somewhere down the line.
Yeah. 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 So for me, like I have no issues with any of the games that they picked. But and I'm not a as big of a Nintendo guy as you are, so I haven't even played all those games.
You played
I
though,
just played.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
You
did.
haven't played Galaxy or Sunshine?
No,
Okay.
no, because I didn't have a Wii U at the
Yeah.
time. But
Well, both those games are from the GameCube, Sunshine, and the Wii for Galaxy.
the Wii,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Um, isn't one of them on the Wii U as well? Didn't it get ported
3D
over the Wii
World,
U?
which we'll talk about
Okay,
later, I'm sure.
okay, yeah. Um, So yeah, I'm not too well versed on the other two games. I did play Super Mario 64 when I was a kid, and over the years I've seen though. I don't know if you're aware. Did you know that there's like a group of I don't know if it's a group or if it's one person, but there's somebody remaking Super Mario 64 on the PC.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
using the Dolphin emulator. And
Yeah,
it runs in crisp 1080p, if not higher,
yeah,
full 16 by 9 uh,
yeah.
screen size. And oh, to point out, Super Mario 64 is running in 4.3. So it's like they didn't put a whole lot of effort into modernizing it, and that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, and so yeah, my whole thing is like if a super fan can take Super Mario 64 and kind of remake it using modern for modern technology, why can't Nintendo?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they have all the money and resources.
Nintendo was like, look, these guys are going to buy this game anyways. We don't need to, divert a ton of resources into this thing. Let's just put it out there. Slap a pretty
Yeah.
coat of paint on it, but not too pretty, not
Yeah.
too pretty. 720p pretty is
Yeah.
enough for these guys. They'll snatch it up. And
Yeah.
they're right. We can complain about this game all day, but people are going to buy it. It's going to sell a lot of copies, especially with that 6-month window that the game is available for. I mean,
Mhm.
I think that they're going to be typical sort of greedy Nintendo. And again, I love Nintendo to death, but I'm not afraid to criticize them. I criticize them all the time. I do
Yeah.
think that after March 31st, 2021, they're going to remove the game. Like they said, they're going to remove the game from both physical and the eShop and just sell them
Mhm.
separately for like $30 a pop. That's the Nintendo way, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right about that because it makes no sense for them to pull it
Yeah,
off the shelf.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's what they're
They,
going to do.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's, you know what? I think you might be right. Even though that's like a cynical thought, I didn't even think that they would do something that crappy,
That's
but
diabolical. Very
yeah, that,
consumer, but like that's kind of the way they are. And to their credit, it has worked out for them in a business sense. Just
yeah.
last week, I saw an article. I don't know if you covered this last week that Nintendo in 2020 is the most valuable company in Japan right now.
Oh, no, I did not know
Yeah, they
that.
had a year over year 500. I think it was 527% increase in revenue from 2019. So people are buying their games, people are buying their systems, and they're kind of sitting back and laughing at us because of it.
Yeah. Well, and I have a friend of mine who was telling me that I mean, even now, especially with the whole lockdown and everything, the Switch is in high demand right
Oh
now.
yeah,
And he was saying he was having a hard time getting one right
yeah.
now. So, yeah, you're right. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. All right. So next up, they have. So this is something that my inner child was ecstatic about.
Same, bro. This thing was
um,
hype.
so let me briefly talk about this. So Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. So basically, it they're little RC cars and they have cameras on them, and you can drive them around on a track in your home that you set up. You can set up different tracks, and it uses augmented reality so that you can play it using your Switch. Now, this is going to release in a Mario or a Luigi set. Each one is going to be $100. I don't know how much of the track they're going to give you. I don't know if they're just going to give you like the starting and finishing line and then the car. I would assume that's probably what they're going to give you. And then you have to decorate everything on your own. But this launches October 16th. So
Really
uh,
soon.
yeah, yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, man, like if I was a kid today, or like let's say you took this and you teleported back to the early 90s when we were kids, and you were like, check this out.
Yo.
Your brain would explode.
Yeah. 10-year-old
Your
me by
brain would
now,
explode.
10-year-old me by now would have been begging my parents and
Oh,
taking on extra chores, mowing the lawns, you know, even if we had dirt roads, we'd be mowing the lawn,
yeah.
trying to make a
Yeah.
buck, trying to prove to my parents that I deserve this toy. It's essentially a toy.
Yeah. It is a toy, but it's a very sophisticated
Yeah.
toy.
I mean, this is
Um
Nintendo like really kind of um like looking back into their toy maker roots. I mean, they were a
mhm.
toy maker well before they were a video game company, and so they have a lot of experience making toys, uh, and then kind of bridging the gap between toys and video games, that toys to life sort of thing, and they're really good
Mhm.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is
Yeah.
really awesome. It At this point, I'm sort of aged out of
Oh,
I would stay.
okay. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, but okay, you're back. All right. Yeah, no, I heard what you said. We are kind of old for this now, but I can just imagine. First of all, no shame on any adult that wants this. Like, not at all. Like, go get this.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like playing this game on carpeted floors would feel like you're running races in 25cc. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
game does offer 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc, just like its video game counterparts, which is really cool.
Okay.
The faster your races are, the 150cc's, the faster it drains your battery. So I don't know really sure how that works,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm happy to see what transpires from this.
Yeah, and a part of me was wondering, like, how are they going to deal with like kids losing control and ramming their car into like furniture? And part of me was wondering if if they built some kind of a fail-safe system in where if you set up the track and then you go off the track, the car automatically powers off, and then that, yeah. So I was just thinking about, I was like, because man, it would suck to buy this $100 car and then just smash it into a wall, you know?
Yeah, like full speed.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully they built some kind of smart detection system so that it can protect the your investment. But
Like a Roomba.
yeah, like a Roomba, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see the videos that people start posting on YouTube with this, because people are gonna come up with these crazy tracks and they're gonna be driving all over and they're gonna be streaming it live. You know, it's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
And people get really good at these things too. I don't know much about the underground RC racing circuit, but I could imagine with enough time, people are getting like super great with these controls.
Yeah,
And what if we could see some drifting?
yeah,
It's one of the cornerstones of Mario Kart, right? Drifting.
yeah.
You can actually see that. That'd be cool.
Well, I know in Japan they have that they have those gas powered cars,
Yeah.
and they build like super detailed tracks and they drift them. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so it would be interesting to see something like that.
I know Nintendo hates that company because they're not officially licensed, but they'll have them driving around the streets of Tokyo all the time.
Oh,
They'll get
okay.
shut down by Nintendo, and they'll be quiet for a little while and then come back up again. It's a funny situation.
Yeah. All right. Next up. So did you first of all did you see the Gotham Knights trailer?
Which one is that? Oh yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So there's new details about the game. I wanted to go over those because this trailer looked awesome.
Are we done talking about Mario?
Oh, actually, yeah, we're not done. My bad.
But I can see what's exciting you right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so next up, we have the Game and Watch Super Mario Bros. So, okay, first of all, I want to say that I had one. Well, I didn't have one. My aunt had one when I was a child, and I used to play it all the time. And it looked exactly like the one that they showed. It was like this little handheld, and you could play Super Mario Bros. On it. And so it contains Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and Ball with Mario, which is like one of those like old school black and white games. And
They need to remake Ball with the Super Mario Odyssey engine.
yeah.
Pump all the resources into Ball next gen.
It also functions as a watch, like the original, and so this is the thing that's confusing. It says it has 35 unique touches. So I don't know what that means, but I would assume that means it probably has like 35 unique little characteristics of it.
Yeah, like little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this launches November 13th for $50. So what did you think about this?
This is Nintendo's big holiday game. This is what they're bringing on the battle the PS5 and Xbox Series One X or Series X. Xbox what? Series X?
Yeah, Xbox Series X.
Yeah, this is their this is what they're bringing to the game.
All right.
No, yeah, clearly they're kind of taking it easy this holiday season, letting those the two go lives duke it out.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. I never had a Game and Watch growing up. I had a couple of the Tiger Electronics, those devices,
Yes.
and they were fun.
They
And
were fun.
all like that. I think this Game and Watch special edition is a really cool homage to their history,
Hmm.
and really more of a gift to hardcore Nintendo gamers.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's mom is going to go out and buy these for their young child
No.
who doesn't have appreciation for what this means and what it is. They're going out there buying Switches, PlayStation 4s and 5s, and the Xbox consoles if they can get their hands on them. But again, this is for the hardcore gamer who's grown up knowing the history and grew up with Nintendo. And I think it's a really cool homage.
Yeah.
I might get my hands on one too if I can find them when they release.
Yeah.
I
I
feel like they're going to go pretty fast.
I think so too. Actually, me and Josie last week, or no, 2 weeks ago, I believe, we're talking about Sega for one of their anniversaries. They're releasing these little miniature Game Gears. Have you seen those?
Yeah, the Game Gear Micros or whatever.
Yeah, and there's four of them. Each one has four different games. And look, I know. And I'm glad actually to see Nintendo release that here, because I feel like a lot of Japanese companies, they release these things only in Japan, but there's a bunch of American fans who want them too.
Yeah,
So I like the fact that Nintendo's releasing this thing, and I'm like you, if I can get my hands on it, I'm probably going to get one because, like I said, my aunt had one when I was a kid, and I used to love playing it, and it's going to bring back those memories, you know.
did you have Ball specifically?
No, she had the handheld where you could play Super Mario Bros. And it looked
Oh,
it looked the same. It was the gold and burgundy color,
yeah,
and it looked exactly the same.
yeah. I
And
mean, those colors are the Famicom colors, which is the
yes,
Nintendo in Japan. So
exactly.
a direct homage to that, and it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I used to play with one when I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
definitely want this. Okay, so next up,
It also comes real quick. It also comes packed in with Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, which
yes.
was the official sequel to Super Mario Brothers in Japan. At the time, Japan didn't think we American gamers could handle a game that difficult, and they gave us Doki Doki Panic, which is refigured into Super Mario Brothers 2. Just a
Yeah,
little fun fact.
yeah, yeah. No, you're completely right there, and that's why it was so confusing to Americans to see two different types of games.
Yeah, they thought we were just some dumb Neanderthals in America.
Yeah, funny you bring that up. Before I go to the next one, did you know that Capcom made charge characters for dumb Americans?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they thought we
They
weren't.
didn't think we had four circles.
Yeah, they thought we weren't smart enough to input like Shoryukens and stuff.
Oh boy.
But funny enough, charge characters are actually harder to play.
Yeah. It took
Yeah,
me a long time to figure out Guile's Sonic Boom back in the day.
yeah. All right. Okay, so next up, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. So the main difference here is that Super Mario 3D World is going to have a both offline and online multiplayer co-op. So this launches February 12th, 2021, and it also releases with a Mario Cat and Mario Cat and Peach Cat amiibos. So yeah, I mean, what's your take on this?
Um, it's dope. Like Super Mario 3D World is an underrated, underplayed game because it was locked in the Wii U. I don't think it's as good as some of the more recent 3D Mario games like Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and Super Mario Odyssey, but it's right behind those. It's locked
Hmm.
right behind those in terms of quality and fun. I own it, played it to death, and beat it. I love it. It's great. This one is supposedly a little bit faster in terms of frame rate and the characters' movement, which was
Mhm.
kind of a minor sore spot in the original. But adding that Bowser's Fury additional content is really cool too. I don't think we know much about it yet,
No.
but it's nice that they're adding more content to this existing game. And to
Yeah.
get the game out in front on the Switch is going to sell gangbusters
Yes.
that it couldn't do on its original platform. So good
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, that was a smart move by them. And yeah, so the Bowser's Fury, I guess, is what pertains to adding the multiplayer and offline co-op. Um,
Well, the game
now,
already has multiplayer. That's one of the big focuses of
okay,
the game. It's one of the best multiplayer online Mario games ever. Better than the new Mario Brothers uh, uh, games.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, that's cool. And you know, I should try it out too because
yeah,
if you
it's a
like
great,
that game so much.
it's a great game.
Now, for those who don't want to pay full price, as far as I know, Super Mario 3D World is still, if you have a Wii U, it's still available on their eShop. Um, what did they sell them for? Like 20 or 30 bucks, something like that?
I believe it's $20.
20 bucks. Yeah,
Yeah,
so if you want to get it now and you don't want to pay full price, you should do it now because Nintendo has a history of
yeah,
when they release the new one, they pull the old one. So
yeah. Funny enough, you mentioned that because Pikmin 3, they did the same thing with Pikmin 3. But funny enough, just as of yesterday, they put Pikmin 3 back on the Wii U eShop for
yeah, and I actually did a segment in the podcast about that, saying that why, like why,
to do that. Yeah,
yeah, just le- look. At the end of the day, the more ways you give people to play your games, the better.
yeah,
And if you're losing a few bucks, who cares, man?
yeah. Do
Um,
best for your fan base. Sometimes Nintendo's drunk.
yeah,
That's plain and simple. Sometimes they're drunk. They make drunk decisions,
yeah,
and sometimes in that drunken stupor, they come up with brilliance.
exactly. Which
Yeah,
is what we saw with this direct.
yeah, yeah. It was really good.
Okay, and then the next is this is my favorite part. Super Mario Bros. 35. So let me.
Yeah, this is cool too.
Okay, so
What is this
this
about, Geo?
this is a 35 player Super Mario Bros. Game, and it's kind of like to me it looked like a battle royale gameplay where when you kill players you send enemies to the other 34 players, and it kind of reminded me of like some of those puzzle fighter games but like in a big sense. And it's only available on Nintendo Switch Online from October 1st to March 31st, 2021. Um, so yeah, what did you think about it?
Uh, you're right. It's exactly that, a BR game with Mario. And in fact, it's very similar to the game they put out last year, Tetris 99,
Hmm.
which is a free download on the Nintendo eShop and only available for Nintendo Online subscribers. I played that game for a couple hours, and it's really awesome.
Hmm.
It's you against 99 other online Tetris players, and you're all dumping pieces on each other. And then the whole idea, just like a BR game, is to climb to the very top and last at the end. It's
Yeah,
really intense, and I think you should check it out if you get a chance. This is exactly that, but with a Mario gameplay, Mario skin on that. It looks
yeah,
pretty intense, and the fact that they centered the amount of opponents to 35 is just another homage to the legacy of Mario. I think it's really cool.
yeah. I
And
think I think so too. I still play Super Mario Bros.
yeah, I
um,
must have bought like 8 copies of that game throughout my life on various different consoles.
yeah,
Yeah,
so first of all, I got Nintendo Switch Online because we played Rogue Company. What is yeah, we didn't like it that much, but it was worth a shot.
yeah,
Um, and so I checked out the emulators for Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and they're not bad.
they
They're
run
actually
really
not
well.
bad.
They
Yeah,
run really well. Yeah,
yeah. I felt minimal lag. didn't really make a difference for me. Now, I play
It's
Super Mario
all
Bros.
games too, like
Yeah,
uh, games that you grew up playing, as well as obscure games that you probably haven't played or definitely haven't played because they were only Japan only until
yeah,
they came out on these platforms. So it's a cool.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, so yeah, the library's good. Now I have my own physical library, and I play Super Mario Bros. On an AVS, which is like it's a FPGA Nintendo, so I can play it at 720p.
What's FGPA mean?
It's a type of chip that you can program to emulate hardware. So they program it
Oh, cool.
to run just like a old school Nintendo. So the game runs almost identical. Yeah, yeah. So I still play Super Mario Brothers, and when this drops, I'm gonna be on there trying to smash people. So
Dude,
I'm
that's
definitely
the type
looking
of game
forward to this.
exactly for someone like you. You love these types of games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I want to
yeah,
dip my toe in these waters, and I know I'm gonna get destroyed. But that's fine. I
yeah.
challenge you at some point. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it'll be
Let's do
fun.
it, man. Let's play it. All right, and then the final piece. We have Super Mario AllStars. So for those that are unfamiliar with this, this was a Super Nintendo game that had Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 2, as it is in America, and Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, this came out on the Super Nintendo, and it was awesome. I mean, it's a great compilation, and they're going to be releasing that for Nintendo Switch Online. So
In fact, they already released it. It
yes,
released
that's right.
the same time the direct was shown,
Yeah.
and I actually played a little bit of Super Mario Brothers, the original,
Hmm.
and I like it. I mean, that game is always going to be good. This version has the touched up graphics,
Yes.
so it's more detailed in the environments, more detailed in the characters. Um, it's probably the definitive way to play the definitive way to play those four games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so
it's
yeah,
cool.
that's cool. And like we were talking about, that's another boon to having Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah,
Um, and then
one of the few.
yeah,
That service sucks.
yeah, it's not as mature as first of all, Xbox is killing it with their service.
They have the best
They
service,
have the
hands down,
best service.
inarguably.
And I mean, let's not forget, even back in the Xbox 360 days, they had a great online service.
Yeah, they've been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
so they've gotten really good at it. I think Nintendo has the ability, if they want to, have a more robust online service. They just kind of choose not to. They kind of hamstring it. They make it friendly for kids,
Yes.
which is fine. But what about the guys like us who grew up with these consoles from the beginning? We don't need our hands held that tightly.
No.
To not have voice chat, to not have any sort of texting capabilities, it's pretty annoying.
Yeah, and you can easily mute and block people. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
hard. It's not hard.
I don't want to get into a rant about this because it's related to the Mario anniversary thing, but it's just a pervasive sort of annoyance. It's like a pebble in your shoe. That's always
Yeah.
going to until they fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, they need eventually they're gonna realize like, whoa, we're so behind with our service. We gotta upgrade it. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but eventually they'll mature and they'll get more features.
Yeah,
They have to. They
they
have
have.
to. Yeah.
I don't think it's happening with this Switch, though. Honestly.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. Okay, so now let's go back to where I was trying to go superficially.
Can I just leave one final thought on
Yeah,
the?
yeah,
So I thought this overall this Mario Director was great. A nice breath of fresh air compared to sort of the outright terrible directs we've had in the past 2 months or so with the partner directs and the other like the indie directs.
the
Yeah, the
mini
mini
ones.
ones. The
Yeah,
partner directs were bad across the board. I think this was a nice breath of fresh air, and I thought they really respected Mario as their mascot. This is the guy that literally saved the video game industry from the brink of obscurity. back in like the mid
Yeah.
'80s when the Atari and other sort of companies kind of almost crashed the video game industry, and to see him get the proper respect he deserves was really awesome. This also gives me hope that next year, which is the Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary, is going to get a similar treatment. So the
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda being my favorite franchise, I really hope they kind of take notes from this Super Mario Odyssey or this Mario Direct and kind of build upon that sort of structure. That would be fucking amazing to see.
No, I totally agree with you. And Nintendo wouldn't be what it is without Miyamoto and Mario.
Yes.
And let me say, I have to redeem myself for not remembering Miyamoto's name on
Who's
the.
Miyamoto?
Yeah.
Who's Miyamoto?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Hey, shout out to the Netflix series High
Oh, you
Score.
seen it?
Yeah, if you wanna learn a lot about Miyamoto and the history of Nintendo, go watch it.
I
It's
saw the whole
awesome.
thing. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic,
Yo, oh yeah, it is
yeah.
great.
It serves well as an introduction to people who don't know much about video games, as well as
Yeah.
giving those who do know much about video games, like you and I and Josie, uh, more things that I'm sure we didn't know. I didn't know everything that they showed, and it was really cool, kind of learning more about the industry and the hobby that we just kind of love. So, highly recommended. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. The Sega story was
So good.
insane. The Sega story was
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, so yeah, back to the show. All right. So let me kind of touch on some things here because this is shaping up to be a pretty interesting game. So first of all, the trailer looked fantastic. Very nice art style. The combat looked very dynamic. Everything was very crisp and clean. So it's an open world action RPG. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be more linear, but it's not. It's not part of the Arkham series. So that's something a lot of people are going to have to figure out how to deal with because a lot of people expected this to be part of the Arkham series. It's not. It takes place in Gotham, obviously. And essentially, Batman dies. And this is not a spoiler, this is in the trailer. And Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, and Red Hood basically take over. And they have to step up and take care of Gotham. And so the way it works is there's solo gameplay and co-op. Obviously, there's 4 characters, so there's 4 classes. Red Hood is a brawler with a focus on guns. Nightwing has an acrobatic fighting style. Robin is a stealth fighter that has like debuffs and disruptions. Batgirl is a super precise I guess you could call her like a ranger type character. And she can utilize the environment with hacking. So you can choose any character you want and go out on a mission at night, and then that's how the game works. So you pick a character, and then you go out, do your mission, and then you come back and you can switch characters again. So each character has a unique ability tree. You can craft unique items for each character, and it has the full 5 boroughs of Gotham. You can travel by grappling hook, bat cycle, and the main antagonist is the Court of Owls, which I don't know if I remember reading in the comics. I would assume I would have had to at some point. But they're basically like the Illuminati, so to speak, of Gotham. So that's pretty much what they are. So you're basically, and then as the game progresses, you like uncover this vast conspiracy. But you start off, I guess, fighting like street level thugs and stuff, and then it progresses as you go along. So, I mean, what do you think?
I think it looks dope, and this is completely coincidental. I'm wearing my Batman T-shirt.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, I
nice.
think it looks next gen from a graphical perspective. I
Yeah,
love the idea of playing Batman game that doesn't allow you to play Batman. You play the Bat Team.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure if it's confirmed that Batman is truly dead. He pulls this kind of shit all the time. He's always pulling these one ups and shenanigans to
Yeah.
to test and train and teach his disciples stuff. But it
Yeah.
does look like he's recording a message that is only supposed to be read in the occasion that he's dead. So who
Yeah.
knows? I think the fact that it's a like all the play styles of each individual character seems to be uniquely sort of catered to their actual personalities and fighting styles and
Hmm.
abilities. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's going to make each character's playthrough different. I just hope that they have a good variety of different types of missions um, that are sort of expected and suitable for sort of the dark, gritty world that Gotham exists in. Uh, is this
Yeah.
like co-op online stuff? Can you get a team of 4 people to be all the bad characters and just kind of patrol around?
Maybe. I mean, all it said was that there is co-op. I don't know if you're going to be able to do 4 people or 2 people.
Okay,
I don't know the limit, but it would be cool to have a
that'd
full
be
team.
so sweet. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, so if I could give any advice to them, I would say play Ghost of Tsushima because that's or The Witcher. You got to play these open world RPGs and see um how they do the questing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because you're right, the questing that's going to be the make it or break it. Because if the questing's boring, people aren't going to like the game. So that's the hard part of open world
yeah,
games. So I would assume they will have like a bunch of different like side quests. Like you can stop this mugger over here, and then you can go back to the main mission if you want.
yeah,
So. But yeah, I would use Ghost of Tsushima or The Witcher as like an example if I was
yeah.
them.
And my bet is they've already played through those games and have because developers play games too to get
Oh yeah,
inspiration
they have
and
to.
influence from their peers. So my bet is
Yeah,
that they've already played through those games and kind of implemented their own ideas. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Next up, speaking of The Witcher, we have a Witcher 3 next generation has been announced. So what does this mean? So The Witcher 3 Complete Edition is getting a next gen release. Now it's getting a release on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. I don't think is it on Switch?
Yes, the Switcher 3, we call it.
um, so it's not announced for Switch, and the game is gonna have graphical or visual improvements and technical improvements. So for the visual improvements, they say it's gonna have ray tracing. So that's going to be more realistic lighting, shadows, edges and stuff like that. And it's going to have faster loading time. So it's going to utilize the new architecture of these newer consoles, and it's going to bring forth those advantages in the game. So now here's the cool part: it's free for anyone that owns the complete edition on either PC, Xbox, and PS4. So if you own those games, you can I assume you just plug them in or download an update, and then you have access to the next gen version. So I think that's awesome. I really want to see more developers do that.
Yeah,
So
CD Projekt Red is essentially the anti EA, anti Ubisoft. They do this kind of stuff for the games for their fans all the time. Like The Witcher
mhm,
3 had so much free DLC. They had 2 paid DLCs, but they were so meaty, so robust
mhm,
that they warranted those prices. And fans of the game were glad to pay them. I bought both
mhm,
of the DLCs without even being the standard game yet. Because once I play like about 15 hours of the standard game, I realized this game can only get better and better. So I want to see where the story goes, and I'm glad they give you some money um, some additional money. This is not the sort of behavior you see from other AAA's like EA, unfortunately. So this is awesome.
No.
This is good on CD Projekt Red, and by doing this, they're building additional goodwill towards Steampunk 2077, which is already going to sell like gangbusters. Now it's going to sell. It's going to give a good feeling in the minds of consumers when that game releases as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is. It seems like they're trying to start like a trend here. Like a consumer friendly trend here by showing other developers like, hey, look, you don't have to nickel and dime people all the time. They already bought the game, you know. And here's the thing that blows my mind that people don't realize is that the fact that they're in your game, they're in your world, is huge, and the fact that you can keep them there is huge because that first of all that leads them to tell other people about it, and then they buy the game. They might buy a T-shirt. They might buy the next version of the game when it comes out. You're ensuring that you're building fans for life. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of companies like EA don't understand that, and they don't realize that there's a massive hidden value in retaining players like that. So, yeah, I think it's an awesome move by them, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna play
it. Any word on the time of release?
No, it didn't say anything about that. But it would be cool if it was a launch title. I don't know though, because The Witcher is a massive game.
It's so big. So good though.
It's huge. All right, next up we have Call of Duty. Cold War had some leaked gameplay. So the thing. So you're not a Call of Duty player, are you?
I stopped playing it after Modern Warfare 4. Which is the first one.
Or just is it just plain Modern Warfare?
Yeah, Modern Warfare.
Or there was Call of Duty 4, and then there was Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the Xbox 360s, where I logged in most of my time.
And yeah, I think we played that together.
Yeah. And then I played a little bit of the second one, and then I just stopped.
Okay. So I played Black Ops and Black Ops 2. But that's where I stopped. I stopped at Black Ops 2. Now, I loved Call of Duty. I was a big Call of Duty player.
I loved Modern Warfare. I thought it was an awesome game.
Yeah, it was an awesome game. And there's actually a PC community building around Modern Warfare 2 now, which is pretty cool. But this game's interesting for a lot of reasons. First of all, it takes place during the Reagan administration. So around the Vietnam War and the Cold War with the Soviet Union.
Look better, by the way. Ronald Reagan has never looked better
I know.
Yeah, in a video game or IRL. He just looks pretty great in that.
Yeah. And so there's some basically the footage was leaked accidentally, I believe, on Twitch. They will be doing a live stream of multiplayer on the 9th, so look forward to that this week. But essentially, they leaked a new mode called VIP Escort. So this seems to be a mode where one side has a VIP. They have to keep them safe. The other side is trying to kill the VIP. Now, did you have an N64 when you were young?
I did not.
Okay.
Did you mine 64 through a friend?
So you played 007, right?
Of course, tons of it.
Do you remember the VIP mode in that game?
No.
Wasn't there a VIP escort mode in 007? Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
So yeah.
But so this is a mode that has been in other games.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think there's anything special about that. It is a new mode per se to Call of Duty, but it's been done in many other games. So, yeah, I'm gonna look forward to this game.
Is it just an escort mission?
Yeah, it's an escort mission.
So you gotta prevent Ronald Reagan from being assassinated.
Or whoever it is. Maybe it's a player. Who knows?
Yeah,
Because a lot of the VIP modes I played in multiplayer games, like a player will be the VIP, only they have no weapons and anything.
yeah,
So yeah, this game is shaping up. I would say the thing I'm excited about this game is the campaign. Because the way they portrayed Reagan, like you said, it looks super realistic.
yeah.
It
I
really
want to
did.
run my hands all over his wrinkles.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the campaign, and that's me saying, like, I've never looked forward to the campaign of a Call of Duty game. Most of them are just, run and gun type campaigns. You're fighting off terrorists. But this is a campaign that has a deep-seated history in American culture. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with that.
Yeah,
And, if the multiplayer is good, I might give it a shot. I haven't played a Call of Duty for a while now, but except for Warzone. I did play Call of Duty Warzone. Amazing game. I have to recommend it. It's free. It's such a good game for free.
yeah.
Yeah, man. You can download it for free on PC and just play it. It's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Do you play regularly? I'm gonna have to hook up with you.
I play every once in a while. Right now, I'm playing WoW because this is my Tauren warrior right here. I'm playing WoW because the expansion's coming out next month, so I'm kind of like gearing up my character, getting ready for that.
Bro, I have a history with WoW. It's only a month-long history, but it was a history.
It was glorious, right?
Glorious 1 month of WoW, 16-hour gaming sessions every day until I realized I had a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a month. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
As far as this Call of Duty game, I know mechanically they've always been solid,
Yes.
and they have like two different studios working on them. I forget the names of them, but I don't know. It's just it doesn't appeal to me as much anymore. I tend to like my first person shooters to have sort of a sci-fi lean
Yeah.
to it, which is why I was so disappointed by Halo Infinite's reveal.
Mm-hmm.
We used to love Destiny. We had a group of us back in the day playing Destiny hardcore, and that was
Yeah. We had a guild. We did
sci-fi
raids.
elements.
Yeah.
So these first person shooters that are like based in the real world just don't do it for me as much. But then again, I might try this Warzone you're talking about and see if that kind of ignites something in me.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the gameplay is always awesome. The gunplay is top notch in Call of Duty games.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I can agree to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend trying out Warzone.
Cool.
All right, so next up we have some industry news. PlayStation 5. So me and Josie covered this a lot. There was speculation that the PlayStation 5 would be like the mother of all PlayStations. That you were going to be able to play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4 in the disc reader. It was a pipe dream. So essentially, Ubisoft confirms that PS5 won't be backwards compatible with PS1, 2, or 3. And it's going to be backwards compatible with, I would assume, the majority of PS4 titles. So, yeah, this is not good news. And it's not good news for a couple of reasons. So, one reason is, first of all, I don't even know how the rumor started, but it definitely got people excited that they would be able to play their retro PlayStation games on the PlayStation 5. That's no longer a possibility. And then you have what I covered. Microsoft has a whole team dedicated to backwards compatibility from Xbox up. And they've promised thousands of backwards compatible titles for for the Xbox Series X. So, I mean, what do you think about this? Because I know you have a PlayStation, but you don't collect older games, right?
Not really.
Okay.
I prefer my older games to be digital. Even then, I know there's a sizable amount of people that care about this
Hmm.
stuff. So this has got to be pretty disappointing to them.
Yeah.
But when I look at it from like a macro level view, we're looking at Sony, and they're coming out with amazing looking first party games,
Yeah.
as well as really good support from third party games. And Microsoft's first party games are pretty lackluster to bad
Hmm.
looking, and they're kind of leaning heavily into this legacy gaming.
Hmm.
So I think that's what we're kind of seeing play out right now.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more into the better modern games. I want the games of the future. I want the games of tomorrow as opposed to the games of yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge blow for me personally, but I would have liked to see more care taken into their existing fan base who does care about those legacy games.
Yeah, because PlayStation is like a generational phenomenon at this point, you know.
Yeah,
Um, I I got my first PlayStation like when I was a little kid, and I still have some of those games, and it would be awesome to just plug it into my new PS5 and play. But oh well. Um, yeah, so really, Microsoft is the only game in town when it comes to backwards compatibility.
yeah, and you can bet that Sony's not happy with Ubisoft about this.
No, no, no.
Ubisoft is the angry ex girlfriend that told Sony's new girlfriend that he has syphilis, and so yeah, they can't be pleased with this leak.
No, no, because they were like
They wanted
riding
to
on that
downplay
hype.
it yeah, they wanted to downplay this news up until launch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And be like, let's look at our new first party games, our next gen games. Don't worry about the past.
yeah.
So yeah,
And that's not to say that they're not going to have a marketplace that plays old games, because I'm sure they will.
yeah,
Because the PS3 had a pretty big PlayStation 1 library, which was pretty
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, all right. So next up, we have this is a rumor, but we'll know soon if it's true. Ubisoft, speaking of Ubisoft again, they are to reveal Prince of Persia remake this coming week. So here we have this was from a Ubi Forward event, which Jason Schreier, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
That's right.
He said they had been planning a new Ubisoft Forward where they were going to announce a bunch of games like Prince of Persia remake that was leaked a couple of weeks ago. That event is planned. It was announced today as being for next week, September 10th.
Ooh,
So the leak came from a Guatemalan retail site listing for Prince of Persia remake on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. So,
interesting that Xbox doesn't get a copy. Doesn't get one.
well, Ubisoft has been doing some shady stuff with Xbox lately. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Like their collector's edition of Far Cry,
yeah.
there's no physical disc in it. They just send you a digital code for Xbox, but Sony gets a
Really,
physical disc.
really.
Yeah,
I
and
know, like, a lot of times Nintendo Switch games ship without the cartridge,
mhm,
and they just give you a download code. But cartridges are significantly more expensive than discs.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Discs are like pennies,
They're
pennies
they're
to,
dirt cheap.
to stamp out. Yeah.
You can buy
Why?
a pack this big for like $10.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft and Microsoft, but I feel there's some problems there.
They don't like Ubisoft. Doesn't like the fact that Microsoft uses the word "soft" in their name. They want to copyright soft.
Yeah.
That's what they mad.
So yeah, I mean, did you play the last Prince of Persia?
So is this a remake of Sands of Time on the PlayStation 2, Xbox 360 generation?
I would assume so, or it might be a remake of an even older version of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, so with the Sands of Time what was it, the Two Thrones or something. I played two of those three, two of the that trilogy.
Okay.
As far as like the original Prince of Persia that ran on like 1990s PCs, I played that one as well.
I
Those
did
are the ones
too.
I played.
I
Those are the only ones I played. So
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a remake of the original OG Prince of Persia or the Sands of Time Prince of Persia. I hope it's a Sands of Time.
Yeah.
That game was awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. Um, all right, our final news for today. And this is cool. This is something I'm excited about. All right. So Doom 1 and Doom 2 are actually getting updates. So they're getting quick saves, 60 frames per second and more. This is coming for, let's see. I want to see what consoles this is coming for.
I hope it's Switch because I own Doom 1, 2, and 3 digitally on Switch. They had a sale like 2 months ago where I got all three for $10 combined.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got them all on PS4.
yeah.
Damn, it doesn't say which. I would assume it's going to be for all of them, right?
Twist. It's only for your 1993 PC. You have to run Windows 95.
Yeah, I don't see. There's no mention of consoles here, but I would assume if you have a digital version, you're probably going to log in one day and just see an update.
Yeah.
So this is awesome, dude. And also here you can this. Okay, it's called the Sigil add-on. See where it is? So
Actually,
log in and see if you can get that add-on.
Okay.
Or actually, no, this is add-on support. So, oh, okay, cool. Okay, so now they're adding the ability for you to download add-ons, including Sigil, and that's from Romero Games, who was one of the original guys that worked with like John Carmack on the original Doom.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is awesome, man. I'm gonna check this out for sure. I want to see what this is all about. I'm a huge Doom player. I recently did a Doom Eternal review on YouTube, and I played the original on my uncle's. It was like a 386 PC with DOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge Doom 2 fan, man.
Cool, man. Yeah, my foray into Doom, the franchise, was with the recent download on my Switch. I never played them as a kid,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, it's kind of cool to get these updates so late
Yeah.
after these games release, like literally decades later.
Yeah.
And kind of a callback to earlier in the conversation, one of the episodes of High Score, that docu series on Netflix, talks about the origins of the game Doom, and it's really enlightening, really cool.
It's basically a pioneering game in the world of
Yeah,
video games.
totally. Yeah, they did stuff that people thought couldn't be done on PC at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was John Carmack who figured out how to do the seamless screen panning, where before it would be like you would run to the edge of the screen and then it would shift on PC.
yeah,
And then he was able to, and then they were able to turn it into a 3D game, which hadn't been done before on PC. So that's awesome, man.
yeah.
So yeah, that's it for our show today. Thank you, John, for joining us. You're always welcome here. And yeah, just keep gaming, and we'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Games I Speak. If you liked the episode, please subscribe and leave a comment below, and we'll see you all next time.